Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to any new viewers. This is a reading for Virgo, my beautiful Virgo viewers, Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs. Virgo, this is your monthly reading for December 2021. Virgo, let's see what's going on. I'm going to pull some cards for your current energy of the person, people, situations surrounding you, overall outcome of those situations for the month of December 2021. Now, of course, it is a general reading. It may not resonate with everyone. If it doesn't, that's okay. Feel free to check out your other placements. If you do enjoy the reading, don't forget to like, subscribe. I really, really appreciate it. Just get that one that fell here. Virgo, I will also pull just a couple more here for the main spread, and then we can get into it, get into some clarifying messages as well, and some final messages for advice, positive affirmations, anything else you need to know for the month of December 2021. I'm going to pull a bonus couple of cards here, a couple of twos. Okay, and we've got the Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck here. All right, beautiful way of rounding things off. Couple of repeating cards from the Taurus reading, I believe. Taurus got the Five of Wands, and we've got Taurus energy here with the Hierophant. So you could be dealing with a Taurus or someone with strong Taurus in their chart, but of course doesn't necessarily have to be. If their sign comes up, then all the better. So Virgo, what's going on here? We've got the Knight of Swords. This is air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is coming up on your side. So it's almost like there's some kind of communication, something that you really want to let out, but you're not letting it out at the moment. It's funny. It's like it's going to burst out of you at a time when you're not expecting. There may have been something that you've kind of held back on for a while. It's like feeling like maybe you've been biting your tongue, like you've just been holding back, or you just felt like it wasn't the right time to say this, to tell this person what you want to say, or you felt like it wasn't the right time to make the move, make the change. I don't know, you were just holding back for some reason, but I feel as though that's not going to be the case anymore. You've got this energy of really wanting to let it out. Seven of Pentacles, I feel as though a lot of you have spent too much time in this sort of contemplative energy, and it's now there's some kind of burning desire to let things out. Alternatively, this could be some kind of message coming through to you that you're not expecting. We do have around you the energy of the Hierophant and the Five of Wands. I'm seeing a lot of differences in opinion here. I'm seeing a lot of people perhaps getting involved when you have not necessarily asked for their opinion, or there's just a disagreement here about how to do things. And there could be a disagreement because one person wants things to be more traditional and by the book, and you're not necessarily okay with that, or you don't necessarily think that something has to happen in that way, but someone's being a little bit kind of didactic, like someone is saying, no, this is the way it has to be done because that's how it always has been done, and that's the traditional way of doing it. And Hierophant energy can be a little bit like that sometimes, and it can be a little bit stubborn sometimes. And again, with the Five of Wands, we've got people really wanting to voice their opinions again when it's not necessarily asked for. So bit of disagreement here, and again, I think you've held back on something for a while, but you're about to kind of let it out. You're about to come through with what you want to say. Message for some of you, if anyone has been feeling like you have a sore neck, or like you get really sort of tight muscles around your neck, it could be, obviously watch your posture if you're using a computer a lot and that sort of thing, but it could also be the fact that you have not released what you want to say, the fact that you're holding something back. You can end up getting a lot of tension around the throat area, throat chakra, and as soon as you kind of release that information or you get your message out there, all of a sudden that neck tension just goes away. So some of you may be feeling that. I just felt the need to share it because some of you watching may be feeling a little bit of a tension there. at not having said what you need to say. Now, things do improve by the end of the month. So even though there's a lot of tension here, things do improve. I feel like someone is trying to gain more information. You may be trying to gain more information as well. But I do think that someone, believe it or not, is ready to change and is ready to be more open-minded and actually look at things from your perspective. And I feel like you're actually going to be willing to do the same thing. So there's this really nice energy of, with the Hangman and Temperance here, this very, very nice energy of feeling a little bit more balanced, a bit more patient, a bit more like, you know what, let's just take a step back from the situation, look at it with new eyes, fresh ideas, fresh, looking at things with maybe even a clean slate, or trying to see things from another perspective that you hadn't considered before. And let's just keep the bigger picture in mind. Let's just keep our eyes on the prize, focus on the end goal. And petty things don't always matter as long as we are on the right track in terms of what we want to achieve and where we want to get to in our lives. So this is really, really nice because it's a much more mature energy. And I feel as though someone around you, believe it or not, is maturing quite a lot. I will pull some clarifying cards in a moment to see if we can get any more information on that there. Then finally, we've got the Two of Wands and the Two of Cups. Lots of two energy here. Energy of making a decision. It's a decision to come together in some kind of partnership. It's maybe a decision again to part ways with the old, something that you're or you or another person is already accustomed to, very used to, and venturing forth into something new. But it's a new partnership. And what I love about the Two of Cups is that it's a very equal, balanced partnership. Again, we have that kind of theme with the Temperance energy. So it's a sense of feeling a lot more balanced, coming together equally, giving equal cups here. Whether this is a relationship, sometimes it can be a business partnership as well. But the point is, there's this mutual admiration and respect, which is very, very nice. And maybe that's because we can finally come around and see each other's point of view. So someone is perhaps going to be a little bit more willing to depart from their way of thinking, from, thinking, well, I want to do this because that's the way it's always been done. And now it's like, well, let's think about the other way of doing things, and maybe it's time to part from that tradition. Yeah, lots of communication needs to happen. More Temperance energy there as well. So communication. It's going to ramp up. I mean, it can't get any more clear. We've got lots of repeating energy here. Temperance, Knight of Swords. It's all about gaining balance, gaining a different perspective. And finally, you need to speak your truth and speak your mind about something. Virgo, it has to come out because you've held back for too long. And you, I feel, have gained the insight already. You've gone within and you've gained some kind of an insight, or you were able to step back or out of the situation and look at it with fresh eyes already, I feel. And now it may be someone else's turn to do that again. It's interesting. Someone feels the loss of something. It's almost like someone feels that, they feel torn. They feel torn between changing, between moving on and sticking to the old, sticking to the traditions. They feel like as though they lose something if they don't do things in the way that, their parents did it, or the way that they grew up doing it. It's funny. But it's just, I feel, a negative attitude. It's focusing too much on what they've lost and not what they gain, if that makes sense. But lots of energy of change is surrounding this person, I have to say. So I like that because I don't think that they're going to stay in that stuck energy for too long. Oh my, I can't make this up. we've got the Two of Cups and the Two of Wands again. Okay, so we have to really think about these initial messages that came through, which is what happens when you get the clarification like this with the exact same cards. But basically, someone is going to, I feel, make the decision to venture forth away from what they're used to, away from that tradition, away from the way that things have been done time and time again in the past. It's like, let's finally think about why that is. Am I just doing things? Am I just acting in a certain way? Am I behaving in a certain way? Are my decisions made just based on the fact that it's the way it was always done? And I haven't actually thought about it for myself and whether that works for me. There's so much more to be gained by having that thought process, by having that discussion, by having that conversation, by seeing that there can be another way to do things. This Five of Wands is often a turning point to gain a different perspective with the Hangman, because if you look at it that way, if you just want to stay defensive and just yell out your point of view and not listen to another person, yeah, you're going to stay stuck in that energy. But someone's ready to actually listen. And that's why we've had this kind of breakthrough here. Look at that, Ace of Wands. There's also there's some kind of passion. There's a lot of feeling. There's passion here for this new partnership, for this connection. So it's inevitable. It's too good to pass up. Yeah, it's too good to pass up. We've got the Wheel of Fortune and the Six of Cups here. For some of you, this could be someone you've known for a while, but now things are finally moving towards a different, or to a different level. Things are improving, fortunes are changing. Someone is feeling like it's a real turning point in their life, making this decision, making this change. It's really all spurred on by this conversation, by something that could not be held back any longer. I feel a bit silly clarifying these two cards because they've already come out twice again. Yeah, teamwork. It's all about teamwork. It's all about working towards something, a new goal, something that you put in place. You're really looking at building with another person. Someone is looking at building something with you, something very solid for the future, something that's going to bring in stability and material rewards as well. Appreciating each other's differences now. Love it. I love this energy. Let's see if we can pull any other cards of advice, positive affirmations, any other messages for Virgo for December 2021. Yeah, it's time to move on from anything that is just not serving us emotionally anymore. We've got the Star, we've got the Ten of Fire. It's time to drop burdens. It's time to move on. Whatever situation is feeling burdensome, let's get rid of that. Someone is seeing you in a new light. You also may be gaining a little bit of popularity. There could actually be an actual move to a different location, something to do with water. We've got the Ten of Earth, Ten of Pentacles here. It's time to reassess. It's time to potentially change path, change course, because something that initially was good that you were heading towards has now become like too much of a burden. And with a slight change, it's going to move from the Ten of Fire to the Ten of Earth, which means that it's going to feel a lot better, a lot more stable, better financially for some of you as well. It's a financial decision. You could be releasing something that is just draining too many resources, whether that be your time, energy, or your actual money. You could be ready to release that. Yeah, and it's time to have this conversation. It's time to cut out what is not working. There could be a need to actually change some sort of a contract as well. that was initially put in place, or some kind of agreement that is no longer working for you. And by making that change, you're now able to move towards something that is going to give you much better rewards for the future. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching, Virgo. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you all in the next video.